We're at the Whau Valley water treatment plant where there's been some urgent repairs and some work overnight to get this back into operation. We're going to have a tour of the plant from Andrew Venmore. Morning, Andrew.
Morning, Craig.
How was your sleep last night?
Not much sleep, but yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah,
so,
got it. Actually, there were a few people in here late overnight, weren't there?
Yeah, we had about 4 people who worked throughout the night trying to get the plant up and running. It finally came online just after midnight, and we finally got up to a reasonable production probably about 6 o'clock this morning. So
wow.
We're ticking along reasonably nicely, but we still got some challenges.
Yeah, great. Let's take a look inside.
No worries, follow me.
So Andrew, where does this water come from?
Okay, so the water you see here comes straight from the Whau Valley Dam.
Wow, is it usually this dirty?
No, normally you can see the bottom of the channel. It's pretty clear. This is exceptionally dirty. We haven't seen it this bad before.
Oh gosh, what happens to it from here?
Okay, so the water comes in here and comes into our mixing channel. So we dose some chemicals which bind all the particles together to try and go through the first stage of cleaning. So those particles which have been bound together come into our clarifiers. The particles rise up and bind together and then settle down, leaving the cleaner water to come up at the top and come out into these channels. From the clarifiers, the water goes onto our filters. It then goes down through the filters, so they're sand filters, and the filters take out all the small particles so that the water is clean enough to drink.
Wow. Is that the last step?
No, once we've cleaned it, we need to disinfect it, and I'll show you how we do that.
Great.
We then dose the water with chlorine. The first stage of disinfection then goes through our UV system before going out and into the reservoir on Fairway Drive.
How are our reservoirs looking, Andrew?
Okay, we'll come up to our control centre and I'll show you. So this is our SCADA system, which controls all of our water treatment plants. So our technicians can see exactly what's happening at any plant and also control what's going on. So at the moment, this is the Whau Valley plant, and we're producing about 460 cubic meters of water. Now, that's pretty much normal, but without the Porotee water treatment plant, we are struggling. If we have a look at our reservoir levels, the main reservoir at Fairway Drive, this is what it's been doing over the last week. You can see we were trucking along quite nicely until the storm event hit on Friday night, and then it just dropped right the way down. Now, we started to make a little bit of progress at about 3 o'clock in the morning last night, but we've only managed to get it up to about 20%. So 20% is not very much to go through the day. So we're asking people to really conserve as much water as possible, because if we have another problem or the demand increases, it wouldn't take long for the reservoir to drain completely, and then parts of the district will be without water. It's a similar story for other areas around town. We know that Onarahi had a problem mainly due to a couple of mains breaks. We saw a similar situation with and we're around about 20% there as well.
It looks like right now we're kind of idling almost.
Well, the demand that we're getting in on our here is quite high, and we're only just managing to keep up. The thing is, we need to get the levels in the reservoirs back up to here to be safe. And while they're down here, we're at an extreme risk of running out, particularly if there's a mains break. The same thing in Carmo. We have a look at the trend for Carmo. We can see that it's still tracking down. So if this continues and then we keep seeing high demand in Carmo and Tikipunga, it's likely that we will run out of water in those areas later on this afternoon or early evening. So we're trying to balance flows across the district, but at the moment what we're seeing is demand is actually outstripping supply. So we're really asking people, please use a lot less water. Cut your consumption by at least 50%. Don't do anything unless it's urgent, and only for really cooking, drinking, and urgent hygiene if you need to do that. So
got that. Andrew, is the water safe to drink right now?
The treatment plant's fully compliant. So all the water we're producing here meets the drinking water standards and is fully disinfected. It's just the plant, with the quality of the water that you've seen, it just can't go any faster than it's going, and so that's a real limiting factor. We literally cannot make any more water, and we do not have any other options to make more water.
Got that. But if people cut down, then we should be able to get through this, right?
Certainly, if we can reduce consumption, we can get those reservoir levels back up again. Then hopefully the dam begins to, the water in the dam begins to improve. We'll be able to actually run the treatment plant a little bit harder, and that will mean we can meet demand. It normally takes a little while for the dam to come clear. I'm thinking probably about a week. So the chances are we're going to be asking people to conserve water for about a week.
Got that. So yeah, this is for everyone now, to save water where you can. We've done it before for the drought. Now it's time to do it for the flood. Remember, this treatment plant is going as fast as it can, and it's turning this into this.